Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Blueprints. Just more of the same. We have so much everything to do still. Why do I have 4 gems today? Oh, we still have Blessing of the Gardener. Okay. Okay. As usual, just the same old, same old. I'm, for Blackbridge, I'm assuming we'll get some sort of hint or clue or something about the microchips, and that I don't need to just like go completely blind searching for them willy nilly. There's got to be something pointing us in the right direction, right? What am I hoping for here? Toolshed's fine. Toolshed's fine. Toolshed's fine. Oh, the wrench. Hello, hello. Each time you draft a mechanical floor plan, you may permanently adjust its rarity. Man, I wish I still had the electromagnet. Of course. Oh well. Oh well. That's right. So we had the electromagnet. We did some boiler room stuff. That's good. I'm hoping to get the pump room, which means we got to get the pool. I am hoping to try to open 2 more safes, of which I only know where one of them even is. I don't know what is going on with Blackbridge Grotto. That's a whole separate animal. Library is always good, just getting more books. We have so many more things to read. Stars, I kind of want to just increment our stars up to like 50. Get whatever the new constellation is. We have. Sorry, just this recap is as much for me as anything else. Because I don't remember what we were doing. Uh, Shoot, where did I write down? Room screenshots, room 46. Here we go. So we have the vault. That's right. We need to get the sanctum key from the vault. And then I don't know what the other 2 are. Held by a king on his throne in a station left by one of your own. Oh, and I have a scratchy throat today. That's not a good sign. Um, okay, we do have the key card. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Also, the other big thing would be. I don't really like using the hallway early, but I guess we'll do what we got to do. I really would like to get the. Yes, please. Power hammer to knock down a couple of walls. I would love to get the conservatory and the drafting studio. There's a lot to keep track of. We have several different like unresolved threads that I'm trying to keep all in my brain all at once. My caffeine also hasn't really kicked in yet today. Okay, gems are always nice. Yeah, we'll push forward a little bit, I guess. Interesting. I really don't want to lose a random inventory item. I am, however, super curious about what the 2 rare items are because they were 2 single use, like one time only items. right? It was the puzzle box and the upgrade disc. So I'm curious what you're going to have from now on. I'm just going to be super basic. We'll do the pantry, get access to the West Wing. I do want to go back and check out that hallway at some point, but I'm kind of just on this path now. Yeah, Parlor for more gems is not bad. The black box and the blue box are empty. If that's true, that just like solves the puzzle for us. But let's see what else we got. Every statement with the word blue is false. Interesting. If you're true, then you have the word blue in you, and then you're false. So you're a lie. You're false, but there's a statement with the word blue that is true. Okay. They all have blue. Okay. This box is not blue. So you're false. You are false. You have to be true. The black box and the blue box are empty. So you have the gems. Okay. I don't like this at all. Let's do the commissary. An unfortunate end to our West Wing dreams, but it is what it is. Compass is pretty good. Maybe we get the workshop and we make another electromagnet, and then I just adjust the rarity of all the gear rooms. That's kind of tempting. We could buy a bunch of gems. I have 7. That's already kind of a lot. I'm feeling pretty okay about our gem luck so far. It's always so unfortunate when you get something that kind of spirals around into a big old dead end like that. Let's see what's in the corner first. Maybe it's a conservatory. It's not. Library's good. Yeah, library's good. We're just checking out a new book. No, we're reading a new book. Haha. Drafting Strategy Volume 5. Graciously gifted by Simon P. Jones. There's the sweepstakes. There's a trophy if we win the sweepstakes. That's exciting. Draxus. Oh. Draxus the Dead. We know your name in the skull because of the constellation. There's a constellation for Draxus the Dead. Angel of Death. Imagery, Grim Reaper. That is so obvious. I feel embarrassed for not having pieced that together already. Every architect has experienced it. You're drafting your house room by room and everything is going smoothly. Suddenly you realize there's only a single path available for expansion. And it is imperative that you draft a hallway or else your design will have no hope of further development. But on the critical draw, the drafting gods offer you nothing but dead ends. Rooms with no exit and even fewer prospects. Dead ends are the death of dreams, the death of plans, and the death of expansion. In short, they are the death of your house. But are they genuinely as daunting and menacing as they appear? Perhaps beneath their morbid exterior, dead ends hold some inherent value. In this volume of Drafting Strategy, we will delve deeper into the world of the grave than any architect has ever dared to draft, to discover once and for all if there's any life beyond the dead end. Ideal spot to draft a dead end. Yeah, no kidding. All right, no exit strategies. A dead end is any room that lacks another door by which to exit. It is an understandable instinct to want to avoid these rooms while drafting your house, as they limit your available paths for growth. However, seasoned architects quickly learn that you do not want to completely ignore them. A very common mistake that beginners make is picking the room with the most doors while drafting and ignoring all other factors. But every house needs some dead ends. Best thing I can say about dead ends and my strategy for them has been try to take them when I can, when it's okay, so that we don't have them show up later when it's more critical to like keep a single path going, you know? Generally that works out for me. Sometimes we have like well what I just drafted a moment ago before the library where I would like to get a dead end or something at least curving the other way, and it's just like, nope, here's just some good rooms pointing the wrong direction. That's pretty awkward. All right, don't be afraid of drafting a few dead ends. Each dead end room in Architect Drafts removes that floor plan from the draft. Yeah, that's it. That's my strategy right there. The more dead ends you draft, the less likely you are to draw them later on when decisions are more critical. The key is figuring out a way to draft dead ends without blocking off your house's potential for expansion. Dropping a dead end room on the rank behind you is a great strategy to accomplish this and helps you pick up some extra resources before continuing to the higher ranks. In general, you should be trying to fill up every open slot in your house before moving north. Vea. Oh my gosh, we're learning about all the angels. Feo. We already have your name. Dang it. Grave Mistakes, an introduction to the tomb. As foreboding as a black bordered floor plan may seem, Tomb stands out as one of the most straightforward strategies centered around dead ends. This floor plan can only be drafted from the grounds and is considered one of the outer rooms. So interesting if you haven't like opened the garage and discovered the outer rooms. Although you had to pay a lot to buy this. I guess you only had to pay 8, I think. But you did have to like draft the bookstore, which is pretty rare. Anyway, floor plan can only be drafted for the grounds, considered one of the outdoor rooms or one of the outer rooms. As such, it can be drafted at the very start of the day, allowing architects to know immediately whether their strategy should be focused on dead ends or not. The tomb itself is a vast crypt filled with shadowy alcoves and creepy recesses. The entire space was designed by early Orindian architects to evoke a sense of mystery and intrigue, perfect for those who are appreciative and skeptical of dead-end architecture. The 8 Ajeran angels of that early era that are scattered throughout the tomb's chambers are a memento of times past. It's 8 because Draxus is on the lower floor, past the secret passageway. But before you get to the crypts, before you get to the catacomb, is there a crypt down there? Does it go tomb, crypt, catacombs? I don't remember. But you have to pull the lever to open the door to get access to like the reservoir area. Because if that wasn't there, then we could just like go down to the basement right now, take the boat across, in theory, if I'd raise the water level again, and then just like go up into the tomb, which I didn't draft today, so things would get kind of weird. So it makes sense. Anyway. The 8 angels of that early area scattered throughout the tomb, memento times past. You will certainly be seeing a lot of them when employing a tomb-centered strategy, as you will likely be making several visits here throughout the day. A successful tomb strategy depends on 3 factors: finding shops, amassing enough steps to allow for return trips to the grounds, and drafting as many dead ends as possible. The strategy is perfect for those who love risk and great rewards. Okay, cool. Outer rooms. Look at this. Grounds for termination. Tomb isn't the only dead end you'll find on the grounds. There are a total of 8 outer rooms, which are rooms that are draftable outside the house. These floor plans are unique, not only where they can be drafted, but also the fact that they are floor plans that cannot lead to the expansion of further rooms, making them perfect candidates for dead ends. They're also able to be drafted at the very beginning of the day, which allows architects to plan out their strategy with greater precision and purpose. For example, on a schoolhouse day, architects will prioritize acquiring gems to pay for the extra classroom floor plans. Well, not me. I axed that cost. Whereas on a hovel day, they'll focus entirely on getting lots of extra steps. Yeah. Grounds for termination may have been a play on words for the title of this article, but it certainly wasn't a joke to the former groundskeeper Denny Ravain, who made his home while employed on the estate into this humble bedroom. Yeah, okay. Just pointing out Denny Ravain in case you weren't, in case it wasn't clear on who was in the hovel. Okay. The groundskeeper's tool shed is often a great draft choice to find useful items, like a shovel or a sledgehammer. Even better items can be found in the trading post. That is, if you have something valuable to offer. Yeah, I feel like trading post is going to be key to getting, no pun intended, it's going to be key to getting the vault keys. Because there was a bunch of stuff we could trade for vault keys at one point, one of the last times we had the trading post. But it hasn't shown up in a while. I would like to get that and then have a day where we get just like a ton of items, you know? Which, again, I don't really have much influence over. But having that, getting the vault, getting the money, getting to the commissary or to the locksmith, getting like some special keys, other items that we could trade, getting like a rabbit's foot or something to increase our item drop rates. Anything like that would be pretty good. Trading posts. The shop is frequented by local farmers and hunters who supply the estate with goods in exchange for a few shiny trinkets. Root cellar. Most of the vegetables and fruits obtained from the locals are preserved in this subterranean cellar. When winter arrives, these stored goods are frequently traded back, providing them with a reliable source of sustenance during the colder months. Shelter. Even further underground, provisions are also stored in the estate's bomb shelter. The purpose of this, of course, like the root cellar, is preservation. However, in this case, the preservation of people rather than food against fallout, radiation, and red rooms. The shrine. Hey, it's gonna tell me what all the things are, all the blessings. I'm just not gonna read that yet, but we will screenshot that because that's very important. Where do I put this? Just like general, like, misc. Let's call this blessings list. Just be very obvious about it. There we go. Okay. The last outer room is a floor plan with a function that isn't as straightforward as the others. Just what is a blessing? How much gold do I need to give? How long does it last? The shrine is a space of reverence, a mystical cavern filled with the glow of candlelight. And those that show respect and pay tribute are blessed by the unseen forces that guide this world. Blessings are persistent benefits that last several days and are bestowed upon the reverent visitors who have made an offering of gold. The type and duration of blessing can differ depending on the amount of gold given, but the more gold you offer, the longer the blessing will last. Okay. So is it random, but the more gold you give, the longer it lasts? Or does the gold also influence which blessing you get? I don't know. Blessing of the Tinkerer. Whenever you draft a mechanical room, trigger your current experiment. That's nuts. Blessing of the Berry Picker. While drafting, instead of picking a floor plan, you can pick a berry if you do draft a random floor plan from your draft pool, disregarding rarity, or things like restrictions on outer room. That was a fun, weird little discovery. Blessing of the Chef. For each different type of spread that you do today, so there's only a few. There's gems from the patio. There's fruit from the secret garden. There's keys from the locker room. Oh, there's like the experiment, the like spread dirt. Spread coins from the office. So like one for each resource and also like dirt. For each different type of spread that you do today, add an extra dish to the dining room. So like 20 to 30 extra steps for each of those. Make it more likely that you can actually go like pick up all the stuff that was spread. That's cool. Blessing of the Gardener, we have that currently. 8 courtyards. Blessing of the General. After you draft a red room, if you have at least 5 different ranks containing red rooms, 5 different ranks, we can't have them like next to each other horizontally, you gain 5 gems. That's I don't know about that one. The 5 gems is a lot, but you got to put in a lot of work to get to that point. And you want to keep drafting red rooms after that. Blessing of the Monk. If you call it a day in a room on your estate, you will draw that room while drafting from the grounds the following day. Holy cow. When drafting from the grounds? You'll draw that room when drafting from the ground. So you can force a room for the outer room? So if I like end in the coat check, we can put the coat check in the outer room and immediately start the day with whatever the item was. Huh. That's if I'm reading that right. That seems nuts. Blessing of the Dancer. While drafting, you can pay 1 gem to spin floor plans. That was pretty useful. I only used it a couple times, but that was kind of before I had a buffed parlor, before we had access to the trophy room, I believe. Stuff like that. So having a lot of gems, that would be really powerful to get that again. Blessing of the High Roller. Each time you draft a shop, gain an ivory die. Gain 10 gold whenever you roll an ivory die. Huh. That's pretty cool. All right. Top 5 dead ends as selected by the editorial staff of Drafting Strategy. The Attic. If Toolshed is good, then Attic is really good. Even at a steep gem cost, this room cannot be passed up. It always pays for itself and more. Yeah. Study is likely the most powerful room for the experienced architect who no longer has difficulty accumulating gems or solving chess portmanteaus. What is portmanteau again? Is that when you... a word created by blending parts of 2 or more existing words. As an example, thanks Google AI overview at the top of the search page, brunch, breakfast, and lunch, or glamping for glamorous camping. Okay, so the hint, that is the hint for date, D8. Which was also December 8th. I still don't like that one, but whatever. Coat check. More than any other room, coat check allows the architect to center their strategies on a specific item of their choice. Yeah, that's very good. Hovel. The risk may scare off some, but to those who see their steps as an expendable resource and throw caution to the wind, Hovel is an unbeatable drafting force. Yeah, I wanna mess with Hovel a little more. That's typically been very interesting when we've gotten it. That would go great with Blessing of the Dancer to let me like rotate rooms. Or the Study for letting me spend gems to reroll. That's very good. Secret Passage. Surprisingly, this room is actually categorized as a dead end, allowing architects to utilize it in both dead end and color-specific strategies. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. I like that. The Dead End Contest Mail-In Sweepstakes. On January 20th, 1989, Taro Martiz shocked the world of architecture by drafting 19 dead ends in one day. Can you beat his record? Draft 20 or more dead ends in a single day. You could win 200 gold and the Trophy of Sweepstakes. Eligibility. I wish I had a magnifying glass to read all that stuff. Word from the editor. As we conclude this haunting October edition of Drafting Strategy, we trust that you have unearthed the darker side of architectural design and found inspiration in the morbid realm of death and dead-end rooms. I'm going to have to go intercept a cat here in just a moment. From the despair of a drafted lavatory to the chilling allure of the tomb, we believe that even the most eerie aspects of our world can spark creative brilliance in the architect's mind. As you venture forth into the shadows, remember that there is a certain beauty in the unknown and the macabre. Embrace the challenge of designing spaces that both captivate and unsettle, that provoke contemplation of our own mortality and the secrets that lie beyond. Well, at least we know what we got to do for the trophy. The mail it in sweepstakes. Let me just take a screenshot of that. Sweepstakes trophy. I'm gonna just like also write this down on my to-do list. Shoop-a-doop-a-doop-boop-boop-boo. To-do list. Power hammer, locker room, need a billion keys, Black Bridge, microchips, and then a lot of question marks. Sweepstakes trophy. 20 plus dead ends in a single day. That's a lot. That's like almost half the rooms. That's a lot. That's a lot. We're gonna need a lot of the three-way rooms. Oh, that would actually go really well with Blessing of the Gardener, in theory. If we could get like an early terrace or something, and then just do like a whole bunch of the courtyards, and then dead ends off of most of those, like that'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good. All right, I gotta go intercept a cat real quick. He's making a nuisance of himself. One moment. Okay, sorry about that. He was making a mild nuisance of himself, as he tends to do, but it's all right. He's in here now. He's laying right next to the desk. I'm petting him. He's a very soft boy. What a good kitty cat. What a good little cat. Okay. What the hell are we doing? Guess we're... Ooh, I've never drafted the treasure trove. I forgot that we got the treasure trove. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. Okay, treasure trove has a black knight. At some point, if we gotta... there's so much in this game. Treasure trove. If we can find the room that has the black king... then the black queen is in the study. The two black knights are armory and treasure trove. The two black rooks are conservatory and clock tower. The two black bishops are rumpus room and bookshop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 black pawns. Seems a little excessive, but one of them is technically in the bunk beds, so... parlor, secret passage, bunk beds, walk-in closet, drafting studio, solarium, dormitory, lost and found. So we have a full round of chess pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've only written down 6 white pawns. 2 knights, king, queen, only 1 white bishop, and only 1 white rook. That's interesting. So we're missing a couple pawns, a bishop, and a rook. Anyway, I would love to, if we can figure out where the black king is, I would love to go try to solve the chess puzzle with the black pieces instead of the white pieces. I don't know that that would do anything. But, like, it probably does, because why else are there black chess pieces and white chess pieces? Cool, so this is the room that we just want to draft as many times as possible, because it will just have better stuff. Right, I don't have any keys. That's a problem. Could we get a second library? I don't think we can. But maybe we can. Would I want a second library? Probably not. We could do a second library. That seems excessive. I'm not going to do that. Well, let's do the break room. Let's do some key-related nonsense. Okay. 11. 3 plus 1 is 4. Squared is 16. 6 plus 3 is 9. Divided by 3 is 3. Plus 3 is 6. Divided by 2 is 3. They're certainly getting more complicated. I like that we're getting like repeat colors and stuff. It's interesting. Okay. 10 divided by 10 is 1. Times 4 is 4. Squared is 16. Plus 1 is 17. It is just inside out, and the square happens after whatever else happens at that color. Which I like it. Making me think about my math a little bit. While still keeping it, like, relatively basic. Okay. Bedroom is probably fine here. It does keep us going. It does give us no loot. Courtyard's pretty nice here, actually. Oh, and I have the shovel and the sledgehammer. Yo. I want to go back and open the chest in the treasure trove. Ooh, okay. Key to the secret garden. Turnip. That's very nice. Yeah, let's see what we can do this way. I think a den is fine. And then I'm just going to backtrack now to the treasure room. It's going to cost us like 2 whole steps to get back here and then 2 more to return, but that's fine. The green memos you find in this room. Oh no, is it going to change? Is it going to have. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Room screenshots. It's a very, very long list. Treasure trove. So I bet you every time we come here, this is going to be locked again, and it's going to have like a new green memo. So is that like a new, like progression, like clue for us? Is it going to have some useful stuff? Probably. Don't know. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna move this to like general room information. The soil survey. So here, starting from the library corner. So we have poor soil, good, good, rich, good. Do we? I think we just use the secret garden key and see if it works. Okay. Hello, hello. I think I wouldn't mind making a detector shovel, but just having the metal... well, you don't lose anything from making the detector shovel. You keep the metal detector buff. And I guess we're off the map. We're outside of the house, so this stays solved. Oh man, I really want to break that and see if we can get to like the shrine there, or whatever that is. I'm also wondering if there's like an alternative way to solve this, but I don't even know what that would be. This is cool. I like the secret garden. Oh, game. What are you doing to me, game? The greenhouse to make it more likely to draw green rooms. That's pretty okay. That's pretty okay. The vault is also pretty nice, though. I'm going to do the vault. Here's the kicker, though. We could still get, like, the purse or something and get even more money. And I don't, like, need the money right now. Oh, and you're open? Ah, okay. You were a one-time pile of money. I assumed, but... good to know. And you stay open. That's interesting. I believe I do have the white rook written down in here. No! Okay, so this is where I was slacking. Ah. Vault. Got it. Okay. So we're missing one white bishop somewhere. I'm just tidying up my notes a little tiny bit here. I've capitalized the names of half the chess pieces, but not all of them, and that is irritating me. So I guess we can also... I'm going to make a place for question mark, which has the black king. Right? Then it makes sense. Then we're matching the number of chess pieces on the board. There's, you know, 2 rooks, 2 knights, 2 bishops of each color, 8 pawns. We're missing a couple of the pawn rooms. I have probably seen them and just not written them down because we've seen so many. Do I grab $40 right now while we're here? We don't, like, need the money right now. So I'm not super duper concerned by it at this moment. So let's push onward. I might just need the money. We might just need to go buy keys. That's annoying. Ugh, that's also pretty awful. Cannot buy. Cannot buy. Okay. Just wanted to double check. Did I pop in here and grab the gem? I did not. Let's do this then. We'll return to this lower rank. Office would be nice. I really want the workshop, though. Duh, I was very confused for a moment. Yeah, super common is fine for the workshop. We'll leave that alone. I don't know that we're going to do much with the wrench today. Oh, I could make the electromagnet. Having the Mechanarium be like super common. Well, I actually don't want it to be super common because we want to get it after we've gotten other mechanical things. So what would we want to tweak the rarity of? I could make the utility closet a little less common. Boiler room is already super common. Making the pump room more common would be nice. Security's already common. Workshop's already common. Lab's already common. In theory, we can access the lab computer from any other computer room. So I could make the lab super rare and just kind of get it out of here. And that would be okay. That would be okay. Just because we don't specifically need to access that computer. The kicker would be if I want to access the lab and the shelter, I would have to draft one of those to use my free computer access for the day, you know? Yeah, I'm not gonna. Let's make the detector shovel because that's good. I would love to make. We gotta find the broken lever. Okay. Detector shovel I think is good because it still gives us the benefit of the metal detector. And better chance of finding stuff while digging. Specifically keys and money, which is probably fine. So if we could get like another straight or like a courtyard or something, ideally that points north, and then get like the West Wing Hall here, that would maybe let us, fill in that side, which would not be bad. That is also not happening. Thanks, game. Music room keeps us going. That's 2 gems. We're getting into like the I had a lot of gems, so I was being careless with them, and now I don't. Let's do the storeroom because we have no keys. This is 2 keys, and it's free. We have Swimbird. Hello, Swimbird. Okay. Passageway is not terrible here. It's okay. Something that links us to the foundation but also keeps us going would be nice. Like another... Oh, I'm not doing that. What are we at? Oh, and we're off the book, so I don't know what 25 is. I could look at our planetarium chart. Clavis the key. The twins, that could be really good. Farmer's apple. Southern Cross. The slice. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Don't mind if I do. Sure, we'll open you and... I'd love to get back to the entrance hall. Open those chests. Yikes. Yikes! Ew. Ew. Okay, well, there's like a card key. We can keep going. We can dig in there, which would be nice. Yeah, alright, fine. A key. I like that. Another key. Another like that. And some coins. That's fine. We still have 40 bucks back in the, I'm just now noticing there's letters on the base of this. I'm trying to, like... CXET? Let me do this so I can get the name of the room. Cloister of Mila. Or Mila. I think that's CXET. I don't know what that means. Cloister. Parentheses back of statue. CXET. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what to do with that information. Let's just start seeing what we can do here. I don't want to lose half my steps. That actually kind of sucks, but that's the only way we're gonna get to keep going. We can recover if we get the dining room. Would have been a great place for a dining room. Kind of wanted the West Wing Hall further south. Garage would just give us like a ton of keys. Let's do the garage because we can keep moving off the weight room. We don't have car keys. We don't know what's going on with Kristoff or who Kristoff is other than not around when he was supposed to be. He was smuggling moonshine. And also was involved in other illicit activities with Denny Ravain? Question mark? We could get a bunch of items? That is very tempting. 2 silver keys is pretty nice. You can't have 2 silver keys at a time. So that was a waste. Bummer that I wasted that, but whatever. You just keep running, little guy. Alright, well, so our journey north is completely finished. We have to return via the Foundation, which we can do, because I have the card key. Man. I was really hoping we'd get a broken lever just anywhere, somewhere today. I'll just use a regular key. You have no rerolls, which is also a bit spooky. Okay, some extra steps is nice. Ooh, I mean, security keeps us going. We're out of gems, which gets very spooky. Yeah, I'll leave that commonplace. I like security. It's a pretty helpful room. I know we have the 2 trunks, but are we missing anything else? 7 fruit? Oh, 40 coins is in the, Oh, because the secret garden spread fruit all over the place. Okay, that'll help with our steps, because we gotta back... we have a long way to backtrack. Okay, okay, okay. We can do this. Let's do more keycard doors. And then I guess we just keep going this way. Let's see what we can see. West Wing Hall is very nice. June 15th, 1983. There's like all the... just all the same, like, decor. The candlesticks and the vases and stuff. Okay. I don't have any gems. No. Well, we got our rerolls just a little late. We don't get to fill out the whole house. That's all right. I really wanted to hunt for the conservatory, if that's all right. Okay. Our steps are low. I do have another silver key. I didn't use it. Never mind. Okay. Our steps are a bit spooky because of the weight room, but everything prior to the secret garden, which includes probably like the den of the workshop, there will be fruit floating around. And apples are extra delicious today. What do you know? You know what? I'm wasting steps, which feels bad. But let's see what our lab experiment is for the day. I should be doing this more often. Sleeping mask, shovel, running shoes, metal detector, magnifying glass, brass compass. I'm kind of indifferent. I would love to have, like, the sledgehammer. I would love to have the sledgehammer. I was thinking maybe we just check the sledgehammer, but no, I think we should check the battery pack, because then we might get the broken lever to show up in the workshop. So we'll order a sledgehammer. Okay. Remote terminal access. View the active terminals. Send me to the lab, please. Alright, let's see what we can do for an experiment. Each time you eat an apple... there's mystery fruit spread around. We don't know what it is. It could be apples. We already ate an apple. I think. Maybe I ate an orange. Maybe both. However, you spend 2 or more gems drafting a room. I would go for that if I had any gems. Each time you unlock or bypass a security door. That also seems reasonably likely to occur. Man, I wish I could see what the fruit was. if those fruits are apples, this is 7 times we could get +1 to our allowance. It's unlikely that we're going to have 7 security doors, but we're almost certainly going to have like 2 or 3 that I'm going to be able to get at once we go back to the foundation and head up. Assuming I have enough steps to make it that far, the fruit will help. So if they're oranges or bananas or something, then we're not going to get this. I also don't know what's for sale in the kitchen because we haven't drafted the kitchen today. So the security door is like the safe bet. I think I have to cancel. I think we got to back out, and I should still be able to log into that terminal, right? We're not going to be coming back here though. We don't have any classrooms or anything to guarantee apples. Do I just play it safe? Is it going to let me get back to that network, the terminal? Or is it you only get one attempt at logging in? It'll let me reconnect. Okay. I really want to gamble, but I also just want any gold in my allowance. So we'll just do the safe bet, the security door. Security is high. We'll probably run into like 2 or 3 more. I have not internalized the fact that we can do this every day. So this would have been good to do before messing around with the cloister. We didn't draft security until well after that, so it's kind of a moot point. But I need to value a little more highly getting an early terminal so that we can start our experiment ASAP. We should probably just go grab the vault money while we're here. Workshop storeroom. I'm just looking for our spread fruit. Which I'm not seeing. I really don't want to like waste too many steps doing this. I'm gonna do it anyway. Vault me up. If we somehow manage to get a gem. Boy, I love the metal detector. That beeping gets really annoying when it's like something like that, where I gotta just pick it all up. It just takes a while. I would love to... I'd love to get a gem and get the kitchen. Obviously, steps are a very big concern right now. I mean, there's only so much we can do at this point. Our run might be over. We're kind of at the whims of what fruit and where. Alright, well that's one allowance that I didn't get. It is extra delicious today, though. Okay. So it's not the same fruit, it's just random fruit. Got it. Man, I want a treasure room in my own house. Ooh, a green apple. Now we're talking. That's the good stuff. Okay. That helped tremendously. Yo, that also helps tremendously. Look at all the gems. Hell yeah. And a key. And you have another apple. You're definitely worth grabbing. We have 90 bucks. Do we go all the way around to the commissary? I haven't been counting. So I feel like we ate 6 fruit. Maybe we ate all 7. Do I want to go to the commissary? We could buy gems. We could buy a key. I have 5 gems. 5 gems is pretty good. I also just have a comically large amount of money. $90 gold is a lot. Okay. You're our last fruit then. I'm not going to buy too many keys. 8 is already pretty good. What if we get the pool room? Good point. We could get the locker room. And having every possible key will help, because I want to open all the lockers. Okay. The tool shed, there's not going to be anything interesting out there. All right. I still only have 20 steps, which is a little spooky. It's actually a lot spooky. We really, 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 really got to get, like, the kitchen or the dining room ASAP. Ooh, and we can dig. Some more coinage. Always nice. And even more coinage. Always nice, still. And I completely blocked off those 2 doors. So we're, it feels like we're living in borrowed time here. I'm still, like, really, really hoping that we could reach the conservatory. That we could reach a corner and get the conservatory to show up. Okay. Well, you're +1 allowance, finally. Terrace is kind of tempting. I'm going to kick the lab up to standard. It's still useful because it is a room that has an exit. But I don't know that there's too much more use for this room for us. I was tempted to just banish it to maximum rarity, but I don't know if that'd be a good idea. Okay, hell yeah. Something that goes straight would be great, like the... Not the dark room. Conference room's fine, though. Give me more allowance. Hell yeah. Okay. And then this is where we gamble it all and hope for... Conservatory? Conservatory! Hell yeah. Nothing else. That's alright. Can we see? commissary's fine to be standard. I'm tempted to make the library ultra rare. Because we can guarantee it from the reading nook. It doesn't cost gems, though, does it? No. And you already are rare. I want to banish you. So, the other thing is, maybe we make the commissary super common, just because I have a reasonably high allowance. So, guaranteeing that we can get the commissary seems very useful. What do I want to do with the library, though? I think we just leave it unusual. It feels like a bummer that every time we come here, I get things that I don't really want to, like, adjust the rarity of, you know? I don't think we need to use a special key here. I think we can save our silver key. Holy cow. I had forgotten we just obtained this stupid room last time. Yo. Hello, Mr. Security Guard. Lockpick. That's funny. Oh, what? Dearest children, so the children of Blackwater. The pieces are in place, and all rigid cogs have been greased. However, if our ambitious plans are to succeed, we must strike this Tuesday. The routine changing of the guard personnel on the first of each month means the opportunity we have created for ourselves will likely never be so opportune. If we wait even one additional week, the window will be closed. On Tuesday, there will be 3 royal guards stationed at Learson Hall, 2 of which will be wearing black gloves in lieu of the traditional white. We would be wise to sacrifice almost everything to avoid the white-gloved guard, striking only when he takes a recess. The 2 black-gloved guards have been instructed to bind, blind, and gag themselves to spare us the precious extra minutes it would take your group to execute that task on their behalf. However, that also means that once we reach the exhibit, we will truly be on our own. May the black shores guide us. May the black skies shield us. May our fathers be proud of us. In arms, your faithful soldier, Barrow. Why? So this is our first reference, I think, to black shores. Normally it's like, it's about the white shores. Alright, well. And you're adjacent to the stupid antechamber, so you're not a security door. So we get 1 security door. That's a bummer, but exhibits closed. Exhibit. I took a screenshot of that letter, so I'm gonna put it here. There's a Moragi puzzle box. Okay. So you turn the blacks to red. Blacks just shift things around, so we only... What do oranges do? Oh, oranges the oranges take the color of whatever the majority color is around them. So like this guy right here, I'm remembering this because we've run into orange before and I had to deduce this before. So this orange right here, there's one of each, nothing overwhelming. Now it has two reds, overwhelming. Which means that we can do a whole side like this. So how do we get the others? Good question. Probably through something like that. Yes, okay. It also seems like a weirdly fitting political statement or something that the Fenaries box, it turns them all red. It conquers all of the other colors. I like that. That's a neat little touch, neat little bit of flavor. I want to grab that paper crown. That's the Red Prince crown. I want it. I want it. Game. I want it. I want it. Game, let me up there. Game. Huh, so there's like an allowance token. That's good. There's a lot of security doors, so we can guarantee, you know, if we have the card key or we've powered down the doors or whatever, we can guarantee progress through here. There doesn't really seem to be much else going on in here, which is odd. It just seems odd to me. I'm definitely going to get more allowance, though. Ew. We're up to 43 allowance. That's pretty good. I have the lockpick. Hell yeah. Like the rotunda's okay. That's a lot of gems. That's okay. We can rotate our floor plans in here, which is nice. So the other, like, I would still love to get, like, the pool, get the pump room, get the locker room, because we have a bunch of keys. The other thing would be get the drafting studio. Let's just kind of see what we can do. Yeah, it's fine. And they're all the same, so they're all gonna have the chest in them. All these courtyards. Oh, maybe they're not all exactly the same, because I don't remember that coin being there in the other one. Yo! We don't have any steps to make use of that. That's unfortunate. I mean, we could get to the coat check and check Vault Key 304, but I'd have to go now. Or do we gamble? I have some rerolls. Maybe we gamble and try to get at like the kitchen or the dining room. The dining room would be, I mean, either of them would be good. The kitchen probably gives us more food or more steps. We're gonna roll the dice a little bit. I have some rerolls. I'll use the silver key. Perfect. Yes. Okay, your benefit would come from the aquarium. So, like, I kind of wouldn't mind getting the aquarium. But I don't really have any control over that. I want the locksmith because I want to see if we can get another, like, safety deposit key. But the kitchen is how we get back to the vault. Like 1,000%. Please don't have apples for sale. Okay, phew. If it did, I'd be sad for all of the allowance that I'm missing out on. Just gonna eat an entire bunch of bananas real quick. I was very hungry. I'm a very hungry growing boy. We literally only have one more room that we can draft. We're drafting in the corner, so we have to draft a corner room right now. Major key and a minor key. Like, the major key could be a safety deposit box key? I don't know. I don't know if that's real or not. Probably not. Ah, well. Not making use of that prism key at all. Just use a regular key. It doesn't really matter. Let's see. Drafting studio would be ideal. It's not an option here. Office gives us a bunch of money that I can't spend. We bought everything in the commissary. We can't buy anything else in the gift shop. That's been bought out. The asterisk, as much as we can. Bought out everything in the kitchen. We have no current use for money. Drawing room, we could go try to figure out that safe. I don't know if the special key in the locksmith would include like a vault key. You're the other thing that we currently have access to work on. So let's see what we can do. Special key. Safety deposit key. Silver key. Bummer. It's what I was expecting. I was I was hoping for the other one, but that's all right. There's so many keys back there. Okay. We have one more vault key. May as well. Excuse me. And then I'm going to store the battery pack at the coat check. We can just do that when we're over there. Because then I'm hoping that that'll force the broken lever to show up in the workshop. It might still be like a shovel or something. Metal detector. Sledgehammer we can buy from the commissary, probably, because we ordered it. Tool shed could maybe also help us. I'm trying to push as close to getting that power hammer as possible. Now that that's like the most immediate thing on my mind. Oh, I could have just gone down to the courtyard. Ah, crap. Well, I'm gonna do that because I don't want to deal with the vestibule. It's a cool and interesting room, and having the lockpick makes it so much easier to deal with, but it's still a little spooky. I mean, we're over 40 allowance. Like, that's really good. I didn't count... What were we at? We were at like 36, 37-ish. I think I'm at 37. We got 2 from the allowance token. So 41, so 4. We gained 4. We opened 4 security doors. I think there were only like... Oh yeah, I can literally see right there, 4. I think that there were only like 3 or 4 apples, so... I think after all that Homan and Han, I think it all just kind of came out in the wash. I think we either came out ahead or we came out even with what we would have gotten if I chose the apples. So that's good. I feel vindicated. I like when that happens. Did I toss a coin in here? I'm sure I did. I do it every morning. It's like subconscious at this point. Okay. Coat check. I'm hoping that this works. And then we can just get the stupid power hammer. We dealt with all that. Yeah, just a long, twisty-turny, winding path up to the vault. I'm excited to get more treasure trove stuff. That's pretty cool. That's going to be a cool new room. More and more money every time we draft it. That's nice. Okay, what are you? 304. 304. Oh. Fen Ares passport. Gene Ribbon. I did take a picture of her other passport. So Mom had a lot of fake passports. So Gray Daniels was compromised. She has a slightly different birthday in each of them. Aresian 5156 was the other passport for Gray Daniels. This one for Gene Ribbon obviously is 7956. Date of issue 11084 on this one. 11084 on the other one as well. Interesting. Expiry 11094. That's the same on both of them. Huh. Different passport numbers. That's to be expected. Interesting. I'm glad we have so many steps. All right, Secret Garden and then just straight all the way through to security. Bunk room, huh? Okay, okay. Make this more useful. If you have exactly 2 hallways when drafting this room, double your keys. If you have exactly 2 green rooms when drafting this room, double your gems. If you have exactly 2 shops when drafting this room, double your coins. Holy moly. This is spooky. So if we're getting this, so if we're gonna double something, we probably want this like I don't know midday when we've had enough time to draft a courtyard here or there. Uh, Throw down the east hallway, east wing. Get the commissary in the kitchen or something. So how are our resources going to look early on? Well, if we've drafted 2 shops, I probably spent some money, so we probably have less than 30. Maybe, not guaranteed. I could have also just like drafted the kitchen, been like, hey, we'll come back when I need the steps. Keys are very important. Keys and gems we're gonna have like in relatively low amounts usually when I'm getting this. But if I've been drafting green rooms, it'll either be lower or higher depending on if they're courtyards. Oh, this is spooky. Which of these do I want more of? Kind of any of them? Kind of just any of them. Which of these do I think is more likely to be triggered? That's a good question. Probably the bunk room or probably the bunk room. Probably the hallways because I try not to draft too many hallways, especially early on. But I do like making use of like a good early like east or west wing. So we'll probably get this and go from like 2 keys to 4 keys or something. 1 key to 2 keys. That kind of sucks. Same with the gems though. We're gonna get like just a couple out of it. I don't know. This could be good. And I can keep this as a goal in the back of my mind, right? Try not to draft a third hallway. See if we get the bunk room first. Yeah, I'm all right with that. Keys have definitely been a struggle lately. Gems, so specifically with the Blessing of the Gardener, we've been getting a lot of gems. Yeah, we would have had 3 when I drafted the bunk room this time. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Um, the only other thing I'd like to do, I'd love to end in the break room. I want to go back to the library and just look and see how many upgrade discs we've gotten. I think we're at like 13, 14, 15. I don't think I've gotten all 16 yet, but I have definitely lost track. 14. So we're still missing 2. Okay. Good to know. I don't think there's anything else that I really want to deal with. So let's go back to the break room. We'll call it there. I'm excited to open that chest again in the treasure trove. Turns out the oft rumored treasure of Mount Holly was more than just a rumor. Cost 1, it's unusual. A black print. That's so cool. There's 1 more floor plan to find, I guess. 3 more to get from the studio, plus an extra classroom, right? Like, we've been in the classroom, we've seen it, but we have not added this via the studio. I believe. Maybe I did. I don't think I did. And then we've seen everything else, which is pretty cool. Did I look on the secret garden? More jackfruit trees. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's call it a day. It's pretty good. We're slowly but surely making progress on a bunch of these different things. I don't know what to think of Mom's secret agent passports that are all locked up here. That's interesting. Garden Shopping Center. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. I'm having a lot of fun still. The RNG, the fact that we found like the tools to mitigate the RNG helped a lot, right? I was getting kind of frustrated about the boiler room until I actually read what the freaking electromagnet does. And that literally just solved the problem. It's like you just make this item that you avoid making every time, and suddenly, bam, you can just get the boiler room. It's easy. So I'm glad that there's tools like that to help mitigate RNG. That's been helping a lot. So I feel a lot better about the game, sort of with those things in mind. And like the wrench, which we finally got for the second time, and then I didn't really do much with it. Yeah. All right. Still want to get that drafting studio again. Really would like to get the drafting studio to show up again, so that we can add more stuff permanently. But it has been shy. It doesn't want to show up. So hopefully we'll get it tomorrow. But yeah, done for now. Thanks for watching. May the grace of the Twilight Dragon be with you.